Happy New Year to everyone, and welcome back to Cricket Audio, where we're talking about hip hop, music production in general, and just little things that I like to share with you all. I just watched a video. It's actually a year old, but it's a video from Weaver Beats. So what I have in this prompt is actually the same thing that Weaver Beats has in his prompt. In his video, he was explaining that he didn't get what he wanted.
So as you can see here, it actually didn't generate, dude, they got me saying it over and over here. It didn't generate triplet drums here.
That was 1 year ago. But now I think it actually got a little bit better. So I put in the same prompt. So let's go ahead and play the first track. Track 2. Track 2 seems more reggae. Track 1, I can see how I got closer to what I wanted, but definitely track 2 was pretty much a reggae drum pattern. But it got the atmosphere stuff right. Track 3. Track 3 did it. Track 3 did it. And again, atmosphere synthesizer. Jazz track, it's so many different variations of jazz, and this could be a jazz track, honestly. All right, track 4. Yeah, so track 1 may have been, track 2 definitely wasn't. Track 3 and 4 definitely got me what I asked for based off of the prompt I created. Now, before I finish this section, Weaver Beats did say that they're not necessarily generating newer samples. So what they're doing is using the samples already made or already packaged in Arcade, and then just pitching up, making it a little bit faster, a little bit slower, and manipulating the samples in the background instead of just creating totally brand new samples. And that's still cool, by the way. That's still cool because that's less work that you'll have to do, but I guess a little more work in flipping samples. But with this, it does still suit its purpose. I'll say if it is an AI algorithm, it's gonna need some data. It's going to need people to go in and into the prompts and see what works and what doesn't work for them. I want to go over some ethics in using this pack generator or other AI-based or other loop-based sample packs. The main thing to consider when using a loop pack is content ID claim. So that's when somebody can actually go on your YouTube video, either give you a copyright strike or make content ID claim on your video, and they start to get paid for the video instead of you. And I've been researching that for a little bit and knowing there are a pretty good amount of people who are doing that, who will just take the royalty-free loop, and because that royalty-free loop is straight up being played in somebody's video, unedited, with all the other accompanying instruments in that music, even though that loop is in there, they end up not making money from the video, or the person who uploaded the video is not making money from the video. And yeah, I think that's wrong. So I would be weary about using loop hacks as a whole or using AI generated sounds. There are also people who've been making content ID claims against AI music in general. I'll be weary of that. Instead, and I'll say this, instead of just putting a loop in the track, you can see if it works. If it works, then you could go ahead and make a content ID claim on your track. But I will also suggest start flipping the loops. Start flipping your loops. Make sure that they sound unique to you. It's okay to use loops, but just based off of how the internet environment is going now, it is. I'm just being weary of how to move on YouTube or how to move in any other internet space. Because again, they're not actually copywriting the music. They're just putting a content ID claim on there. You can make a unique identifier to your music to make sure, you know, nobody uses your stuff either. But other than that, I'll say go free. You know, go use the output sample generator to your heart's content. It is free. And even if it is their own samples that they're flipping, you have a free access to their sample library without going to Arcade. And I suggest using other AI platforms, but remember, flip them. Flip them. Happy New Year, and you'll see another video from me soon. I'm glad to be back, and we're just gonna keep trekking.